pause kakra ndra nkofo frame say na say me mom opportunity to call into the show to mayire me huna map break kakra dia ma ahwefo eya na eboa ema ye hu say muso mo hwe yen memwajo esam wakwa ba bio mo this year eye musomfo the flag bearer and midi eja ene adwumadie eho chiame ebe nije papa se mino asan ehia esane se ene adwodai enye obi biara na enya ne sei enti se memene wo adom no aso yeso a na ese ye dia asida pc ema otwede ampo nyankopon a ohata soro na ene nsem no edoso bebre nia efri eye north eba south west and east ene nia keke ka ho ni nyina ebeyire eho na ye de eho nsem no e de abrem de bia me kase dwumadie sei no ye de bo eye nsem a ehia ema nipa da sani eho de ru papa na adwuma a yeyei nsentwerefo adwuma no se munim se dodo na aya ye kogihye ye pocket enti nokra ne da hokra na ye nka dwumadie a ode ofidie beto a obetie eye the seat show and the nokra trodo ye ntwantro se ne yete no na ya pa ho ntoma e de ama aha ye nidi atam ye nka obi ho asem bone ye ntwantro ye nkoje bribe eno nti se wope dwumadie a eye finchim na ehote a megidi se mo amahwe for some years now no munim se aha ena eye adwara ene wukwada bia from 7:30 to 9:30 pm ode ofidie no ebeto abedwafo aye krado a yede enadwumedie na yante asempa ene mze Ghana Black Stars na yehwe anim se ade anka yebetumi akodi nkunim ewo Niger nenso ya bobo na mse beye about 12 or 13 minutes a yede bekọ wiye na ye lead one no a yefise benya 3 points na nka yede akotosoro no etete wono mu kokwasa sa ohuni aboys ye na eye Niger for pine omude akotum chese me dwedwedwedwedwedwa nenso obeye ne dai yebekọ so ade mpaebo ataya Black Stars for no chi ni ahwese matchisa aka no ombetumi de ose aye oyo ama Ghana yetumi qualify to the 2025 AFCON and as African Cup of Nations. The mobile share nenso e de amaya me for happy birthday kase pa in advance nyame admo china maametima a oye MPP ni a wo Amamole Electoral area e the Great Trouble Constituency nyame admo ochina wawoda enunti yama happy birthday maametima a dodo na efe no the school girl mami amika na semi amohwe social media obo se o she check red kokopa na osanso potomanto a obo free SHS ho dero enunti maametima a school girl o polling station woman organizer Amamole Electoral area or the Great Trouble Constituency enumre yesi yama happy birthday in advance nyankopon emo ohun ban na ma wani so ade hu nyina ede embrem me ko manim no enne 9th September 2024 adwumadie kase bi pa na akoso wo man Ghana mu ne edikan Ghana mampani abede che His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wako file ni nomination award the Electoral Commission Mami Jean Mensa matise most of the and as some of the presidential hopefuls no dodo na ediomu omokrata de akọ sue Mami Jean Mensa so onhwem na se bibi wo mu a wama wo ati na uthwe se ne ekọ na efe papa Mami Agyapong political parties no nyina wama omutumi kọ na suye na efe papa nupadom nipa dodo na abo isi no abaso se ade a oko nenima na se waye ntotoye a ebeboa oman Ghana dachi na sometimes no se yesi abo bia bewu a opre enunti oti se bi mu egu eto Electoral Commission no mpi egu Electoral Commission no fia ensese ye onwanwa esane se mo be kai a the former chairman of the NDC Brasami photo ofusompofu okansem bi a ebeto dwa no akoshe kokomu ne NDC for ne kasa se ade ese omutumi egu isi no fi se be ya mansan adwen be ya om se isi ni bibi ehu ade omaka ahye kokomu na sa ade omahye no na ekoso me kasa same way because se wo be hwa MPP amanyoku no amanyokuo bi a for many years now electoral reforms are aba nyina no dodo na metumi aka say enam saa amanyokuo we so ena saa reforms no eba yɛkɔ abato na sɛ MPP for womani enje ho a omombedi atam wobɛhu sɛ na ɔma yɛ proposals ɔma yɛ adwenkyerɛ de ama the electoral commission any other nkoko sɛ yɛde fase a ɛbɛboa ama yɛabato no akɔ n'anim na ɛno ɛna Ghana Mampeni production say picture no aye ready amfa nto so ma ahwefo hu ne America no Ghana Mampeni akasa afa 2024 elections no o say vote rigging is not part of the MPP's DNA o say vote rigging say yebo abato mu kro no de Ghana fo nyina nim say MPP dabi eni ye nipadua mu anase ye ni emoja mu kra and sasem we nipadodo na na akire o madwene wo say nokre eba no say abato wie mu ye kɔ abato mu a ye message ɛna MPP for ehu say so mo ton de ma Ghana for nanso the others ne de sɛbe yɛntena se na yɛhwɛ ɛkwan a yɛbɛwi ni election ɛkwan a yɛbɛwi ni election yɛhia yɛnyɛ entotoye bi ana sɛ yɛndi nkomo bi a ɛbɛma Ghana sɛ ɛkwan a yɛbɛfa so yɛde bɛma Ghana atumpɔn da bi da na ni nyina ne sɛ yɛde bɛwia abam enti ɔmampani na nado ɛna waka no say vote rigging sɛ yɛ rigging ana sɛ yɛwia abam de ebi enni enye MPP dabi enka MPP abakɔsɛm no de ba kokora enti mo bɛhye ne nso de amaye na maka ne saa no sɛ na me ka sɛ ɛyɛ amanyɔko NDC former member ana sɛ former minister of saa amanyɔko no NDC no ɛyɛ owura Dr. Tony Edu mmiri bi ɔde nsɛm bi tu dwa asɛm a mekan ɔno wasi sudua ana sɛ watu nenum tu sɛ ɔno efi afe 2000 ɛna ɔhyɛ ase sɛ NDC yɛ nhyiamu a wɔnkɔ hɔ bio ɔsɛ NDC yɛ nhyiamu a ɛnya ade ɔbɛyɛ den ɔbɛkɔ ɛhɔ bi adentra esane sɛ sɛ NDC ehyia aya a wɔn nwene ɛkwan a wɔn bɛfa so a wɔn nya tumi a wɔn de bɛma Ghana atumpɔn na mmom ɛyɛ daa ɛyɛ sɛ yɛhyia mu ɛkwan bɛn ne yɛbɛfa so a yɛde bɛwi ni election wɔn wi ni election a ansa na wɔn ba bɛdwene sɛ yɛde wei bɛfa ha yɛde wei bɛfa na kyerɛ sɛ NDC nsiesie wɔn ho ansa na wɔn aba bɛn wɔn de ane sɛ ɛkwan bɛn nti sɛ tro a na yɛtwa nokora na yɛde fam na wɔn de frafra ɛde ma wɔn Ghana sɛnea ɛyɛ yɛma mpanin dada John Mahama ɛma yɛte aseɛ no na saa nsɛm wei no Tony Edu ɛde dwa akyɛ paa akyɛ tɔse utia ɔse ɔgyae NDC for nhyiamu ase ɛkɔ no na almost 24 years ni from the year 2000 ɛna ɔgyae nti yɛgotie ɛyɛ owura Tony Edu a ɔse na ɔgyae NDC program ase ɛkɔ from that year.
We are supposed to be social democrats, for God's sake. And what do social democrats do? They consider policies and programs that inure to the benefit of the wider and larger majority of the population, rather than contribute to what is happening, elections being a ritual for the circulation of elites. I stopped attending NDC congresses as far back as 2000 because our congresses never extended to the discussion of policies and programs. It was only for elections. Elections of party officials and flag bearer who and Raznormatas ends and we go. We never had time to discuss policies and programs. We are supposed to be social democrats, for God's sake. And what do social democrats do? They consider policies and programs that inure to the benefit of the wider and larger majority of the population, rather than contribute to what is happening, elections being a ritual for the circulation of elites. I stopped attending NDC congresses as far back as 2000 because our congresses never extended to the discussion of policies and programs. It was only for
Ora Tony Edu na mote ne nkano a o ka kire Ghana fo nyina se ojai NDC for nhyiemu ekọ fi the year 2000 isane se omuhia ye se ye be wini election ye executives party executives and say ye be ba ban mu ye be wini election general election not say ye planning say ye wini a ye de nyema sei na ebegu akwan mu arehosem a wo hwe me se utumi de kọ adwendwem na ansa na obekọ akoto wa ba December 7th no na why you very informed na wahu nipa woto aba ede amano na me din komo bebre ede afa politics of deception say ye di atro ewo politics mu eno de makase ahade ebi ni ha na menena mo na mekohu eye flyer bi ye pese ye chese eye the national chairman of the NDC eye Ora Johnson Asiedu Nketia o ka nsembi ede afa eye free SHS no production say flyer no eda ho a mfa nto so ma me na mindi hu nkomo sisi a na utia the next NDC government won't consider graduates from free SHS for employment. They are worse than illiterates. Na me yen hwehwemu se me hu ba bia papa yi kan sa asem we ma ya me hu na utia me nye sure. That is my opinion. De bia me ka se sa type of politics we MY uji utumu se we obi na atena se na ode ne picture ato ho e na waka sa asem na umu se Asiedu Nketia aka nsem bebre e de tia eye free SHS eno de bebre Asiedu Nketia ne John Mahama ene the NDC. They have bastardized eye free SHS, everybody knows, but me nya sure say Asiedu Nketia saati we me nya sure say ono kan say o evidence ono kan ya fama me na me monchre eye amansan no obi an hu yenjai saade because way it doesn't put food on the table. It doesn't help somebody to even vote for whichever party. Yenya abotre na yendo insemnum esuko na yenya saa eye propaganda nyema we MPP. Everybody knows MPP nye propaganda and as a propagandist party. Yenim womo ye propaganda. Nanso we pa de I don't we de me sane Asiedu Nketia ti me nya sure say Asiedu Nketia ebeka bibisa na so kan saa so dia na ene egbo se ahometi papa na woman penin assign the assembly atudwa electoral commission in some semia na ono so de na no di sem atudwa na wakasa no wo se Ghanaians se ebi mu se NDC for so a clearing agent na is here Martin Amidu, the former special prosecutor, the current special prosecutor, lawyer Kisi Agyapong, is here omu nyina oma confirm say ye man penin dada John Mahama ono ye government official 1. And they say Ghana ye can government official 1. Officially no, it has been accepted by all, including NDC for say John Mahama ye government official 1. Esan say emra special prosecutor de sasem we betu dwa ne hwehwem a wo ye odi betu dwa se ne hwehwem ne kire se John Mahama no ye former president of Ghana no ono ye special prosecutor ono ye government official 1 no NDC for emfa anuye MI John Mahama office emfa anuye MI. So probably no we assume say based on the report of the special prosecutor Yaman Penin Dada John Dramani Mahama and government official 1. Me kasa same way because emra attachia ekokan wo Achimasa for anase Eastern region or baby say MPP for the omunim say omo candidate onye Korinseni no ade anche so na fifi kweti ni general ni chairman Johnson Asiedu Nketia issue statement say atachia emra no bepa John Mahama chew esane say o person kire say John Mahama na ye convince ni no even though video no kire say atachia honorable wa mo obi din enti senia omo de ahohare so issue statement efa eye asem a obi aka a nipa na mo John Mahama din nenso omo de statement ne ba ye no mejidi se senka eye nokre anaso omo so omo contrary view to the view of the special prosecutor here lawyer Kisi Agyapong anka me sure say omode statement aba enunti omampani say Ghanaians will decide on production said that one fan to screen so mami Ghanaians will decide if they prefer a clearing agent or government official one. That is Nana Adodankwa akufo-addo ena eka sa assemwe ye ene ya September 9th 2024 and ultimo be share nso se Ghana for e be hwe se omope eye clearing agent anase obi a oye government official one na kire se obi a woje bribe obi a woje ademude senia eye special prosecutor ne Airbus nsemsem no e kire some millions of pounds akudi enkrofo ebotom to mampani Nana Adodankwa akufo-addo see come December 7th 2024 no Ghana for ebe kire wo madwene afa obi omo a nipa omo den epeno na meka no se ene Ghana mampani abede kire His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ordene krata e de akọ Electoral Commission so na MPP amanyoku no parliamentary candidates no dodo na aminsa ka dodo na so akọ file wo nomination ene at the various district and municipalities no EC offices no asye na trouble the great trouble constituency and parliamentary candidate for the new patriotic party Madam Gloria Owusu onoso successfully no wako file ni nomination chese agro no ahye asia enisa nti ye be bo candidates ni nyina baso wo mo matumi afile wo mo ntumi file yeso matise NDC candidates no so ebi afile sana etie na ye nyina ye ko ye ni me ya adwenkyere enye metutu anase manwini a sei ye onyema ye na wini na me guest so me bisane say otumi akọ file ana say one file bi because Electoral Commission amaye hu say a lot of the presidential hopefuls anase presidential aspirants no atumi e de omo nkrata aba omo asoye enuti ebehwe na yaka eho asem nti memfa eye congratulatory message kese paima Ghana mampani abedi kire san ye di Frank Tufo edema di MPP His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and all MPP parliamentary candidates awomotumi afile ni titri any the parliamentary candidate for the MPP in the Great Trouble constituency mame Gloria Owusu na ye ko yanim na wotwe atwa mu yi na Cape Coast in fact ade no de efe Bruni Beka say Cape Coast hosts the world's the world to a colorful tradition and culture na efe ye say mo amode moni di fetu afahye no echino na efe papa it tells you the cultural friend saying the culture of Ghanaians and I say Ghana na niye ema Ghana de ne yefe ne say ukọ anwonamamu a omode nko ukọ asantemamu a omode nko ubankramamu a omode nko ukọ achemamu a obia ne de adanfo dagombes mamprusi obia wo ne de and yet we are able to appreciate obia de FAE enema anase dasronko as Ghanaians enti amamu mankrofo mfa wo manumu asem enchiche yemu mo kan semu a edi nchichemu ebeba esane se nyankopon wo sheda no obo Ghana and odi all these cultures eteden eboa anase edum yen yete ye ho ase from day one enye ne na obi bepetumi nti wo beka se hey manwini a Ghana ebeshi no obi sane se ne ma no wo mo ewo he nti Cape Coast for ene fetu afahye mo a mode saa dwumadie no eka sie ni nyina no yebo nsem mamo ebo mo abaso se mama Ghana ye culture no so ayeden akọ achie na ho na mpanimfo akukudam including the Vice President Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia, and also Koya Odina no disem Eko Tuja. Na missing at that festival no Ghana Mampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama. Ye nim ntia went to me anchor hodie, and I don't have that information. The other information is also that Oko filing and the NDC4 and the co filing man on one kasa de one co a year easy as year and also Nitia one co hodie the flag bearer mean to me and che na that's a name so much say as a flag bearer me ko file ya na say man file e hon common there obi send me message say did you file and the anya wasem ti e be ko yenim ensem bi epiepie e ma ya ti ase se eye Madam Lodina Mahama emra ye mampeni dada John Mahama yes obesan abe tribune no information ni je say mami na ne bonyo so esa ne se wo hwe the stress of going up and down for campaigning ni adiadia ayadia e ha adwin bebre na se mo a mo hwe ana se mudi moni edi the political landscape na chi no mo behu se 2016 ye mami Lodina Mahama oba ho fefo gina ne naso papa na me de me filino me penasem pa oboni ni kunu achi dompa campaign we nam ha na we nam ha te sene asese ye Samira her excellency the second lady onam ha na Dr. Mahmood Bawumia so enam ha na omo ye campaign no I think that 2016 ye nyina ye bonsem de ma mami Lodina Mahama say oboni kunu achi dom papa ewo campaign no I think 2020 so or ye kakra but this time around we are not seeing mami Lodina Mahama yenim why it is so but senior obo no more than 2016 any partly 2020 no say or you missing in action na just say esefata and I say we are right to start asking questions say again na koso but information ya picking say 2024 year His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say obesan be prebium no mame Lodina na nebo enyo so enti se nebo nyo so ntina ono so wayi ni ho free campaign no mu ana ase den eno de obi kan o si enye me masem ejura man hene odinsem bi atudwa na the running mate for the new patriotic party Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe dodo na fe no napo ono so de napro obo eko enenam na okopie ejura man hene ye fe no berima osei hwede the second otoso mienu na papa yi edinsem kakra bi etudwa efa Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ho me pese ensem no be 1 minute yenkonkotie ensem a ejura man hene berima osei hwede otoso mienu odi tudwa na yemra
Haji Muhammadu Bawumia ogu aprobo so akopie mu ewo ejura na ejura man hene be ma wo se hwede ya wotoso mienu ne nan so na wako no komotwetwe akoso ama be ma wo se hwede ensam a woka ne se ye ka ahemfo mo nya amanyosem nanso de ono anani ehu ena odi hu adanse se Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia yo bi a wasa Ghana fo nya arehemu ni gidie woni me sansa wode wose woye wono wan kasa de wohunu empumtu a wasa ye wadwira ne mpotemu no chese woye bema yetimede ne kwa akono ma yedi nkunim ti omanfo enhwe
ahemfo ya mi politics na sabre ya mi kasa yi mi hwe de Dr. Mahmood Bawumia aya the politics asa na me beka adwira ese ye ma yetimu ye de yie ese Dr. Bawumia afa adwira sendikura etotum yenu edu baby na esukom di adwiraman ensu ayenum kwa yenum yenya bimpo ena yanom eno so yetu wana ma de koto vice president anim si yewra ukro adwira a mifiri mu baye no ensu ayenum ehwa ye de ma yenya nsu onum anche na wotu bakope na wone na ban atenase ayen hihye papa ama omodi ensu no contract any community water for the ama contractor esu yie so mo me su papa madura enne asama mika mu nyina mudi mu adanse ye upe ensu papa ewo yo man mu ha na ye kai odua adura de ye ka ho digital with the kwanse ne to anope na ensuo no ebu fa so baba enti me de me di ne ho adanse na akire mo so Dr. Mahmoud de se nyame boa na de da na koma so no nyame yema no na odi te akonya kase we so a ye ko ni fi a ye mo ago wanya obi a so anyini se o medi na chi na o meboa no doctor awoti we akonya ditie onru bia we mpokura no na nani wadwira ha sei
eni ayati ye ayadwira hene be ma wo se hwede ya woto suminu
yo eye adwira manhene eye berima osei hwede a otoso mienu na yete ne nkano na mefa sa afutusem we ema ye nyina si yes ewiase ayedin omanmu ayedin pressure ewo baabia but the truth is that wankasa wanidie no ewo wa wonsem memi ntumi ma sebi ebia menye okala adanse menye nkomode nti minim ekwan ya mefa so amema wani age but sometimes you must take your happiness or always you take your happiness into your own hands memma ahokyere ene ewiase abobo ne adwodwo no eyeden and get you down ti maame ba ko a me nim se nani age a odi asa me pese wo hwe kakra na wotumi de sere wotumi de hye wo nkran se wankasa wo dem kra wotumi bie anwum saa anwum paluta munwum ya abai na eja wodi abubu mu kama na wo so ama wani age na wo kra ayede ye gonko hwe maame no ene nasa no ya ye nim asa no yesua maami eye be 30 seconds nasa no ne yemfa enye bi ewo ye aye dem anase your offices yo we unhia any tutorials bia unhia ajeto so wase obeba be kire wa o de nwom ni siso a na ja wo so watumi asepe wo ho nwom de eye cheap eye fo eye free na wo so watumi asakakra na ewiase pressure no ka se wo de wani edi akire a menua anase maame ana papa wo hwemi wanhwe ya enkoyi emma unwi a unnim nia obenya the best thing we have at hand is the hope of tomorrow and unti na me yi sa infoni we and as a video we de ekire wo na abranche bi a oye na adwuma ewo eye media general efreno Ebenezer Hughes I think so na odi dwuma bi ewo MC 3 FM na oye se oni first time voters omo to abada ebi ebedi nkomo se munim sa abrante so ene ne position on aban tin se oma muka oma ye oma adwene se ye be ye nyema ma aban afri anase regime changes senia ye kanu brofo mu no enti ensem bia ni hono ma waka a efa aban ho a eye papa mere mi hu be se bi wo ho dia mbetumi ama mahwe na enti no interview ya one first time voter yi edi enkomo yi otumu se opushi abayo no opeso kan nsem bi de fa abayo no so ehu se enyema bi wo ho no mu a ono ankasa benefit no abayo no hihye bi a waye wanya ehun faso ba wo hwe journalist na host na opushi no de nafa ba bi ama abayo na kan bibi atia abayo no nanso wo hwe otia abayo na I think say she stood on her ground onimnia na walk enti emfa ho ne baby a wode ne befa say won ka bibi ntia aban no eyade a na waye krado say nokure obeka enti muma yenkonkotie eye sa first time voter yi abayo yi na yenhwe ne ayeko.
I was really critical on the NPP because I felt like some of the things they are saying they've already done, but I actually think that maybe they can do better.
Okay.
Because they've done it before. And they are starting, since I enjoyed the free education, I feel like they started on a very good end. So I think that maybe they can improve. I also checked the NPP's own, and it's kind of similar, but I can see there's a bit of changes in it. And I think I have to really go through to make, maybe I'm making my decision, but personally I've already decided.
But for now, you have actually made up your mind.
Yes.
So all the talk about double track and, you know, feeding challenges in the secondary schools, it doesn't matter to you. As for that one there, yeah, it's happening. For you, you are interested in, we promised free SHS, we have delivered, and that's why I want to vote.
No.
Okay, tell me more.
I feel like they stated it first. When they said that they were going to do free education, people thought that it wouldn't be possible.
That's right.
But they did it. And I've really enjoyed free education. I won't lie about that, because it started in our era. It started 20...
You were the first cohorts.
Yeah, we were the first. We started with the gold and green track.
Right.
And during that time, I can say my family had a bit of hardships.
Okay.
Because of the free education, I had like 3 siblings in the university, and my mom was also sick. And that time there was a bit of money issues and all that.
Okay.
So me going to school for free feeding, and even books were given to us for free. I really felt like, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Right.
And it was beneficial to me. But as time went on, there's a bit of hardship here and there. And personally, I think the hardship they are dealing with it, that's how I see it. Because there's a lot of countries going through hardships too, not only Ghana. But maybe Ghanaians see it like maybe they are not putting in efforts. But me personally, I think that they can do more. But I also haven't decided whether they can, if I vote for them, they can do what I'm expecting of them. So I'm still going through the manifestos, all of them. And the new parties too that are wishing to like take over and rule.
Talk about double track and, you know, feeding challenges in the secondary schools, it doesn't matter to you.
Yo, enti interviewer abayano first time voter on to abada afena me gidi se wadi 18 na ono so anya ne voters ID card o pese wo ko exercise ne franchise na senia meka ya no utie nsem a abayano edi to dwa otu se nadwiri mu edo papa. Yes, testimony on my no say there were challenges with the feeding issues SHS no senia free SHS no senia mu kai no Mribia aban ehye no na headmistress ni headmasters ni bi wiawia aduane ne de kose be ya kombede nkola no ne nkola no asu na Ghana for adwen am se free SHS na nye papa na so Ministry of Education, Ghana Education Service any aban ntotoye ma saa enyema ni nyina eso eti anase eso etwae na utie nsemo oka no wo se double track ne host no bisa no so double track ne saa feeding issues na munyane ade ne de mfa ho ana utie akola na o se na before meba ne akola ne kan no saa double track here sebe nkrofo o mako school kwa o nim de still o mo pese o mo de politics no eya na me wanwa esa ne sebe o ye nyina ye wo political parties a yepe but ade bi wo na se wako school wo nim de na wo ti ase se ya de ebebo a man kata wani politically and I say for political reasons indeed. Because I know said the gentleman there knows very well that the double track senior Professor Ewua our Ashesi University or commended those who even conceived the idea of the double track. Professor Ewua our the educational sector. Osia huma our no so university. Our bo aban any woman guinea outside the box and thought about the double track. Ma any nuanum nyina to go school at the same time. Or no, dear, that's so the politics. Now, Abayano answer no chese or say free SHS has been possible. Na chese kaneno now people like that thought to say it was not possible. But Abayano chese it is possible because me know ekase nyina no free SHS there so Abayano kosoma o can say or yam near mom free books. Bibiombe ko omko ye bia na say ade bi omu hi omu de be hye omu de be sua ade bia no na eye free including books any no can I say it was beneficial. Any ebisa no say hardship ni sa say o man no my dey near there na buy one say hardship is everywhere. That is the baby we are for na nyina say na dey bia ye ka no baby ahokere e wo ho but Ogidi said the MPP and as Abano can do more. Brilliant, excellent, competent young lady, if I may put it that way. And I'll say she is currently still going through all the manifestos. And I'm DBC. Now, I say you crying say for NDC manifesto no, na for MPP manifesto no. Na shemu me gidi say obe hu ne papa na wakoto aba. Men ka say we the MPP nti say you enyo kwakoto. And I say NDC nti eye kra na wo de also be kwakoto asesa no sane say wabusuam eye NDC. Yentie nia abayo ne kan na ye papa na yemfa emmo ye bra. Na makanisa ne nsem no edoso. Otumfo ose tutu wakan nsem bi e afa eye free SHS no na neti aye meden ne say tie abayo an interview no ose people thought it was not possible but it has been possible and utina we are say adie bia we more positive utumi nya and that's what say ebeye na de bia wo de that spirit of enye na there's no way you will develop and I say wo betum pon e wo wiase and I say abrabom nti say no and this is for ato a free SHS no mpia ma omo be who say Ghanaians have accepted it has come to stay and it is umbe kaya sene ya mampeni dada o ma yeti ase say edru sa abre we ya ne obeka bia ma nipa koma adane ama wo no ato abama no enna wo ka entintra na wo de fam no kra na wo de fam o de frefra man no ko gina simpie so say free SHS one wo de buy o mu general secretary wo ka say free SHS all lie be lie or your general secretary omu wini abanya mejidi omu wini election na mejidi say obenya position wa bam and such a person with that negative mind and as a mindset na say betafrache otumi be minister of education what do you think he will do Ghana for asem sebe yemfanko adwendwem na otufo aprezi free SHS na odin sembi atudwa na nsenye mu ma krofo bonsempa edema no mpese etie sa nkomodie no kakra na yeba.
There's no doubt that the free senior high school program is the most audacious piece of social intervention in our Fourth Republic. The pre-independence program for free education covered primary education and later the university. The secondary sector was beyond the capacity of the state. None of the reforms since had dared move the dial through that space. The decision to take the plunge, therefore, had to be truly ambitious, and it is no wonder it has kept education at the top of national discourse. There is undoubted merit in the government argument that if we are preparing our children to compete in the global economy of today, then they should be entitled to the same level of basic education as children in other climates. Since basic education elsewhere encompasses secondary or high schools, it's only fair that we also upgrade our basic education. In that sense, therefore, offering free senior high school is doing no more than meeting the obligation to provide the basic education for all. It is not only in Ghana that this becomes relevant. In a background paper prepared for the International Commission on Financing Global, there is no doubt that the free senior high school program is the most audacious piece of social intervention in our Fourth Republic. The pre-independence program for free education covered primary education and later the university. The secondary sector was beyond the capacity of the state. None of the reforms since had dared move the dial through that space.
Mesama makwa babium eye otufo say to second ena moti linkano ensem no eye nokra sebe ontumi oyento sebe ena ode nsem na tudwa no oka nsem bebre na womanfo a ewo ho ebo nsem ede ma no wo se the free SHS no ade a abeboa papa na meko eye me guest so na matwe no e de aba nkomodie num me guest a leader of a political party enkane no ka the NDC ho ena minim se menye sure da so e ka ho de but see a ono ankasa won a political party a na em se omo so mo hwe animu se anka parties no air file nomination no nko mo so mbetumi a file na omo ne Ghana for edi nketa ho ana se nkomo na se etoya sumu a etumi ato aba amom no mo so mo abedi oman Ghana anim atoto nyama edi amai na openi amensa ka no ene numre we migiri se munem no pa mo a mo ahwe flyers no dodo na ye krado se mpese mutie no eye onomnyamfo Stephen Atubiga abande mo adwo mo akwaba
ye minia mechia ahwefo enwumre mechia omampanyini His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo eni na bedi echire Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia a wasan ye MPP presidential candidate eno no so eni na bedi echire Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia eni na bedi echire Napo Dr. Napo
okay
obia freno obia penasem oni Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia me mo nyina adwo enwumre ni all political parties wo Ghana mo ha say enkanka N.L.C members any the Ghana Alternative Party or be merge with the N.L.C no you know tilting towards 2024 election wenti me Ghana for nyina kaya you for foot soldiers obia me mo obia adwo enwumre me da maso se mo anya daje a mutie enwumre we say
national and I say N.L.C how is it faring?
National Liberation Congress Party yeah very 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 well. We are great. The Chediampon, as I said, the Ghana Alternative Party. No, Oman political party. Be omunim se N.L.C a party. Omo kabomwa. Omo dombe tai chia. It bit me create a lot of impact. We a press conference about 6 weeks ago. To a kind of reason why omo meji in here. So far no it hasn't been easy. Uni say yes, nkwancha dia for the sikana ere. And ye ni abayamuda bindi minister that. It's been difficult, you know, mobilizing resources ni bibia say o fund two political parties amoko the same agenda. But after going around yakwa endorsement no what you pick ye nsanyanka final certificate.
Oh okay.
So the wisdom was instead of just sitting down no Yanko independent. That was the collective decision between the Ghana Alternative. After you say okay, register one logo. You register one logo na ye the account. After election no be holding a party. But down the line no emre any amwe register logo no I debe kono. Then the decision was since omabeta N.L.C chiri yenye di enimu na yanko independent.
Ghana Alternative Day.
Ghana Alternative Party.
GAP.
GAP na betere N.L.C echi.
Okay.
So then yanko imagine yanko full force. Oh, okay. So then second round or her they are taking decisions. But you know politics, you can still campaign while not even being on the ballot.
So have you filed as a political party? Have you filed? Mpese mi hunse mo file ana mo be file.
Oh yeah, date easy a co meeting last week Monday last week Monday no. Yeah, ma obi a date. Yeah date I was say the document by on my on the 13th. Around 4 on my date on say mbefa nti ya date Monday to ekosi 30 ya cheche date no ya mo bi appointment because ba e also share panel no major documents no hwehwehwem bibia no you know not the national call if there's any mistake if you can correct them immediately and if there's a year no matter but yeah down the line unia filing is very very expensive. Yes, party executives no file no. Either some will come to the region and now cluster at the constituency. Asante registers about 48 constituencies. So you have to do 268 districts. So 268 districts, you have to meet also in two people in a band or so. So it means you have to transport them at a particular location, a region. And as if I say averagely, if you are spending even you spend 500
on one person crowd.
Yes, or each one person. How much is it? No logistics, no transportation. So far we've spent not less than.
You have spent money.
No, we spend not less than 180,000. I'm talking the minimum say each a year or more mabano, excluding cars I rent here near hotel about 180,000
Ghana cedis.
Yes, so far that we have spent. But Ukobebia the independent, you know, some of them tell us point the independent is a waste. It's useless. It will,
okay, before the independent,
yes.
Yes. With your experience in politics, I want to believe say Mosha says mobile for me party. No?
Yes.
Now contest 2024. No?
Yes.
You knew said there will be financial issues.
Yes. Yes. And forming a party, no, as a leader, you don't use your the form a party. You start and then people can so like I have friends both political parties now almost so boy here and there so what I say, and there is no way as in politics or a political party you can never be satisfied with no matter the amount that is being given to a political party donated to the party. It has its use sort of in the party NDC MPP crowd more power some fundraising.
Yes, of course.
How much less yes, as a leader, you should be able to call good friends that you can depend on. I wish I could mention some of them, their names. And
just as I'm your friend, you can even mention, you can call me.
Yes, Yeah, we call good people. Almost so you're at the background, boy here and there. That you even be surprised. Even some your former party members, a big boy. But as a leader, that's how you are a leader. As a leader of political parties, you should be connected
to raise
resources.
Funds, yes.
Just that, is it enough?
Yeah.
What you are saying. And politics is also business. You have people that have hope with you as a political party. You can use the political party to also open businessmen to open certain doors. This will be the way of politics. Such the mention. So politics is business. So as you also have people, but you want to rule. And how do you rule? That's why you have the businessmen supporting all political parties. So the one government, they also benefit from projects and what have you. And they expect that as a political party. You also have good friends. Some more from yes, they don't know the use of their money. So I say, but they support us because they know we speak the truth. They know you say afraid a spade. But there's no political party be a sika asomo.
So it means that me flag bearer, me a businessman.
Yes.
Now my committee bear $10 million into your campaign, for instance,
yes.
will be the president.
Yes.
Now my catcher said this ministries no, and this portfolio no, men are them in crop for, but yes,
yes, a video dom, a video musika, a video nimunyam. So collectively, it is
is that the best for us? Say, would you see Kashim Muntino, Nipana obidio manenimuno, and obidio banenimuno, or no need to miss or no obey appointment name because we do see Kashim Munti, say Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Way. Is that a good thing for us?
Baby, France America say. So your president now per second term, one per war and qua unya second term America.
One per
I was so per war. Every president either kotwa or predecessor so na per war so kunkura na kukuruku so that is how they can sell America. So more manufacture ammunitions to akodiene no omo na run mine no omo na decide which I mean they contribute a lot at deciding because kwa akodi omo timi to America akodi omo timi to ntu no ni what have you no baby a political party be in the whole world ni wa businessmen contribute emomo just I mean untimi twesika wa because party is an independent entity. It is a NGO. N.L.C. aban. It is all aban no. Also to me, a party no members no. More financiers. What you say no more sacrifice no. So that will be. So in politics, that's why in politics you don't dip your hands in as a president in government coffers. Until sometimes bana projects are or predecessor award here time nature man cost site person because there's value for money. Then you award I mean, I can't be a president and ignore or more power. Some may share opposition for them by power. So as me some power, unfortunately, no member continue certain projects may open a naminja media because I promise Ghanaians are there mayor. So what is it? Until not President Anado, NDC say Omambe continues. Look, he didn't tell people say me Bible continue a friend say a fresh school and this was your friend say he blocks no. Or no other design. And he told Ghanaians what he was going to do. No matter about so he has fulfilled his promise. Because unfortunately, Ghanaians or the trust no one Ghanaians and the best I can say, we are hypocrites.
But Nanado completed some of the.
He has done
records for her.
It's not it may say send another association ministries. I mean appointments. Every tune. Make sure say we continue your friend is saying, we'll continue some of the e-blocks. And at the same time, we'll side the dormitory side appeals to, because some of the e-blocks, you can't afford your child running through that or that risky routes or school. No. So anyway, I'll use the opportunity. It was so beautiful that I want to praise Duchum. He should continue. I can see him besides yes, on Tom said and another your friend said Napo no. And he's like he said in the sector, no, every corner of this country. Educhum hand yes, when Napo was a friend education minister, he went everywhere because through the office you can go anywhere with free fuel, free everything to go and inspect. So do so party members. No? So as our energy minister, no, he made sure say, as an energy minister, any country, energy sector, that's the heartbeat of any nation. And he didn't just sit in the office. His office took him to here. Your friend is say rural electrification, no, maybe a transformer. I say he went everywhere and made unofficial duties. And you see, your friend is saying he used one stone to kill two birds. So anywhere he went, he did not forget that as me energy minister, you know, when two about because party na abain. He met the constituency chairman. He met the leadership of the party. So that is why when everybody was saying Napo, it is not he himself. It is the people that said Napo. So as you were the best, your friends, the chief of staff in this country, no, the chief of staff and the president or promise bibia or shebobia. Chief of staff and making sure say it fulfilled. Yeah. Chief of staff now omodi bibia man say president shebo say. And Mami Frima also, no, chief of staff when you're the best chief of staff to say Mami Frima. They are able to handle the weaknesses of you, the president. And you know, strategically, chief of staff is more powerful or supposed to be more powerful than a running mate. Yes, because running mate, if the president is not even there now, the chief, a successful vice president can function very well with the support of the chief of staff. And if structures to also support a government, a party of winning the second term or continuation, it's the chief of staff that will make sure Akudia will go to the party and the party will be able to function in making sure, say, Omunya the right logistic. Not necessarily people that benefited. The chief of staff will make one phone call. Steve Jobs, you had a lot of projects. Support the MPP, the NDC, the friends, the other all the contractors. Look, you people have benefited from projects. Support the MPP. Are you getting me? Region B, baby, so that you give back.
The chief of staff maintaining.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But we see that.
Akabe 3 months.
Akabe 3 months. Yes. But Wetimiyama MPP the second term, and I believe say the same strategy because on the cracker weapon from National Security Kandapanamo, National Security Coordinator, all the chief executives. I mean, yes, Obi Sufuna usu him and I'm and I win Rontina. Once na edi efunecha na meboa so all I'm trying to say is that the chief executives no ni minister, they also have to have a role. What here we hear Juma say no, a chief executive or a minister should use his own wisdom. He should make sure say you are okay. There are NDC, whether we like it or not, your NDC station or MPP alliance stations, and you must take care of your own. Even some of the communicators, when you see some of the MPP communicators, there is nothing or share white shirt to boy you and government not comedy. So ministers should adopt them. What you say? So I believe that it takes more than the chief of staff. It's a collective effort. And in politics, you win with your own members. You also win externally. Okay. No political party can win election without the opposition or the other smaller parties.
Yeah, like they called it floating voters.
Floating voters. And when some of us speaks, we speak the truth, and when we call a spade, it is a spade. So what you say, and you cannot tickle yourself praising yourself. For today, if I praise any minister, the president will be happy that an opposition member has said, which is we speak, the voice of the people. Okay. So what you So I think, say, that is why Ms. Mesomeka said the race today is between the NDC and MPP. It's between John Dramani Mahama, based on what I have seen going around. Okay. Dr. Mahmoud Bahomia and
but me pese me share N.L.C. You have not been able to far yet. 14th was I the
13th
yes. And then 30th there is just around the corner.
Yes.
Say in the unlikely event say you are unable to file. Will you go as independent party or contest on as an independent person?
We pick the form to contest as independent.
You and the
NLC, yes, we agreed to go in it so that deadline never we cast a logo now.
Okay.
So we went independent to make sure say you ballot also.
Okay.
But the school of thought from the wisdom and the stakeholders and FEC and NEC things say based on what we've picked on the ground, no, with your indulgence, all the independent candidate is chaff, is useless. Ghanaians think say most of Omokachre, they think say voting for independent is waste of their votes. They will vote for a political party, NDC and MPP. Make what they tell us.
So the information you have picked
on the ground,
all the informal, yes, you shouldn't go.
You shouldn't go. But okay. I don't want our both parties to have a meeting tomorrow. Both party, the Ghana Alternative Party and the N.L.C, the FEC and NEC, they are meeting tomorrow to take a decision. Say if we have to pick between the MPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bouamia or John Dramani Mama, and support. So we have which of them will carry your friend is your manifesto agenda and pull our structures when they get power.
So we manifesto to
yes, so of course we also want to be part of power sharing in case we support and they win. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And any political party that we choose to support and or any candidate that we endorse, it's a win-win that we have to be pulled along. Are you getting me? So that decision definitely will be taken. But I know
that is
sure
when
tomorrow, and after that we'll call for a press conference and then pick a particular party.
That is the Ghana Alternative
Party GAP,
Ghana Alternative Party and the National Liberation Congress.
Yes, we will have a officially. But what I know, your quarter be Omakachre say independent. I mean, I'm not missing words. Omukasa Atubiga Munchena Munjimu certificate na mumra.
Okay.
Even your youth organizer, women organizer, crowd picking, Omune do can catch certificate. Because members will be diabetes. Ye tom metformin omo ye diabetic me ye kunkurasina dodo na
N.L.C members.
Yes, nim no.
How?
Say ye kwa nipa no yare, there's no dialysis, there is no AE was center. They have high blood. Me kunkurasino. There is
members no ye sick.
What I'm trying to say, we picked
people
up. No, I'm saying that most of them that we go around, they will support them with metformin. Your friend is insulin, what have you?
Because of
and dialysis machines in certain kurasi. I mean, your list of your registered members now, the board, but your qua so turn out the good box mukwa. If your makushia no will be unkasa for party ebra. So we think say Sikano Krana they wasted a year endorsement in care to more metformin and insulin the kochiche. That is what. So we think say you're filing fine, you find more of that. What you say we should use to give more insulin, more, and depends on who will support. Obana si dialysis machines agenda 1 say anti insurance intimi adopt a dialysis na free. Okay,
so Metewasia, I think say you are making a good point. Say Montumian filing.
Yes.
Mon who say more pick a signal say going on you need to align with a political party. However, no sa political party no ni manifesto ni ne niswade hunu should align with
or they adopt ours.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, so that is what we think. Because you cannot be in a ballot box, but in politics, but you can still go around and campaign and tilt towards a particular party for the same common goal. Because it's in the interest of the party, in the interest of the nation. Between John Dramani Mahama, Dr. Mahmoud Bouamia, one of free say, Obetimi, Ede Ghana, Akwanenim, one of Obetimi, Amagana, Etumpon, one of free say, 8 years is good. Your dynamics, baby, such as
I know they are no credit because, for instance, you be and as a money Ghana Alternative Party. No. Say moye enkrofobia moniji eye discotheque one.
Yes.
Anye obia na be enyo bi na be ka che mo se mo nkodo ma.
Thank you.
Say mo pe say mo ma eye Ghana for nkokon kitinkiti ni eye front no mo mpe so mo to. Enyo obi na be ka se kojo ma.
Thank you.
Ade a mo de manifesto na ni nsem a wo ka no.
Yes.
Ebe to nseni so no ahwe ni ambe.
You say for instance me as an individual say me team who free N.L.C wana. Mema your friend say no dynamics I'll stand as a Muslim, a Sam as a Christian, a stand as a northerner, who has the opportunity to say obey building me back here. So me come me individual as tell you pepenino. I'm a brother and tough for econo. I'll consider my backyard first. Why na uskukuratumi na obetimi akuma ekurache continuously and as one who correct to me now a limit sort as here and I'm limit for example President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on your president that I feel no person a president so we cannot judge him at the moment say maybe now opportunity for example me make say me and fakusia ba ko enkohye emfangu one basket mu was say san be another point so that NDC MPP no nodness ya my opportunity what you say yanka say efofie na to onye bi na kumentwi so what you say so you pen 8 years and say person be san kura nodness be san kura no only 4 years so dynamics masa he say okay Christopher aboa Christo in paper for ye di Christopher achi sa momo ayeku edi krom ha say no so free say okay Christopher so mo for the first time so yenya akwan so yenye den yes you kura no it's also another dynamics and I also think say if nodna A you supporting na adan yensan supporting nodna B no so nye so that you akwan mienu and about 4 years back 8 years so to the mention so and at the same time omu nyina the speciality neighbor yehu we there adan yehu yehu atubiga there adan yehu Dr. Mahmoud Bahmoud there adan yehu Hassan there we also put that on the table near say busa yehu say why na your friend say onyamra obetimi value for money why na office obetimi ama esrum aye say your friend say tesenkra memu a yembe ye kaya ye nibium all we put on the table so the role of question make me as a person and a party a media ni mu fake ni neck bet na so ochina no me ni omoso to me direction on can plus another party and the way ye be ko so se si an ya dane aba oba ahofa ye sidwom when e be pay when e be ware
okay
by the member head ye pese ye na head ebobra
that's right yeah or for the seat shows na o hwe my guest Stephen Atubiga or founder and leader at the National Liberation Congress era meneno atwetwe enkomo no na che political parties no mo adwuma ye enti esane se Bernard Mona ono so oye nodna Muse wawini a CPP flag bearer. And so I think Hassan.
No, yes, CPP, PNC.
PNC, sorry. Bernard Mona, PNC flag bearer. Eti mamon farm on ninu share only MPP ni NDC because PNC is there. And I think Hassan Ayarega say APC was a PC.
APC.
APC. Mon consider almost muntie almost. Hassan member also. Mame enye aboafo nkra to be simana mensamra. Adishima misama makwa babium the seat show and money egushu musum for the flag bearer and amiti edwemu min koso enkamfo Awos unisex boutique and from Mount Bebia mubenya comfort and style ope bags leather bags papa ne leather belt leather shoes bibia leather wallet and then yakeke kan ho nyina ade a ode woni eche Awos unisex boutique aso ya obetumi enye bisia me no kase obetumrika ede akọ omo aso omo clearance sales mpabo bia obeyi bia obenya 50% discount emodu pa 50% discount it is a go fam pa bono na say 200 series say okay hu say 100 series per na ubetua enuti Awos unisex boutique ebon ka say tumdeka bre o maso ewo Jowolo opposite the First Atlantic Bank and airport terminal 3 departure C opposite the Sandra Lounge any Tesano behind the police depot or the DBA me faho ubona omo shop no ofe fefe and after East Legon Shashi boundary road there oni betumi anasa wonsa betumi account frɛ Awos unisex boutique 0244649379 0244649379 Awos unisex boutique comfort and style my guest Stephen Atubiga leader and founder edema the N.L.C from National Liberation Congress na wakasa no na yedi nkomo na kochi kakra ma mimisa onsem kakra mfise independent candidate de yade a why den wa ma yate ase se enya de ebeboa esa ne se mo pick signals from the grounds and crofocus
media kan nim point blank say independent yenya de obi abeto ama independent wo kroma ha say
okay
because the where Ghana find itself no they want a nyuma pa ekoso. That's what some of us are saying. Dr. Mahmoud Bamiede and Twaso. Nyadi ombeto omo bit di ma independent bia. And a bisu free say also omodema John Dramani Mahama. Sorry I say no way, but based on what they've told us, they say just say independent bia useless. I mean that uti omanumu sema just say it's even a no starter if we say be a bodamenity, be so a criminals. I mean that is what the voters are. Be a criminal say be crowd him say. I mean you should size yourself. And the reality dawn on us when they tell us in our face. Some way a party mobile, some way a political party. Kwame Nkrumah party will need them no cause freezing crown. What you say? But independent power Nkrumah has said there. You see the vote. I mean the reality is you see udani enyano say sorry corner do so wada. So open by na who say.
Okay. Mr. Atubiga mambisa o question wa ba idea.
Yes.
Mse ohwe about 2024 a campaign brimwa. Clear said the two main political parties, the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress.
Yes.
Mona one step to win.
Yes.
Na omni enu nyina so candidates for those two political parties and also happen to be of Northerners. They are from Northern descent.
Yes.
You are from the north
yes.
also. Sense a drum pempensubia. The two main political parties no etumi ayi candidate or free the northern part of Ghana.
Yeah.
How do you feel as a northern?
Oh, it's a dream come true. From 2010 ediba 2012 no ena ne ye pacho se Ghana for liman fele onya kwakonya edi president no muso we nkura ne yi ena ye beji 2 mini free nsem ena ye san de ma no ena ye san beji free nsem what you say nti e ba na sa no obi amfa nche unim se kurom ha ye po ye mpo asantefo ene kura Ghana man asantefo na akanfo omu ne kura economy we ye po ye mpo akanfo na asanteman asantefo omo na kire directional economy ne enko ye po yempo Ghana mu ha se sa asantefo wo do mu business nyina na akanfo wo do mu business na krom ha no Ghana be collapse ye po yempo akanfo na asantefo betimi asore anapa aye inflation ama krom ha yeden krom ha aye bankruptcy manioma ha yeden asai ena asantefo ne akanfo omo na enyuma bibia ye omo dia empuntu dwuma eye omo dia afene he ubebie wadwuma upa employ nkrofo 1 million asantefo na akanfo kase yempe ne de fini bi yedi edibi e de to sa project ade no crowd abakroma ni nyina ebe den ebe sei sort de meche na se no nti asantefo ene determine so whether you pay yempo nti minia mpepefo mienu na omochusu omo president omo running mate no omo share John Dramani Mahama any weakness and his strength and odi chusu ni running mate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia also share his strength and his weaknesses and odi chusu ni running mate ohu se me ena sebi ntafo mi ni mpepefo mi ni me bran panyin no panyinfo no ba ko ye Russia tani na ba ko ye Broni tani Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia
me ba Russia tani ni eye Broni tani I'll get your friend is saying clarification from you, but me pese ye sign can on they put on record say o share CPP as a political party almost one candidate no omako yi no fresh so and a PNC Bernard Mona Madam Fupa Bernard Mona say ono ye candidate e de made PNC
yes
and after so Hassan Ayarega APC ACP ana APC. Okay. All People's Congress and
all People's All People's Congress.
Okay. I don't know of the other parties, but I think say who the PNC ni ACP Kraka MPP ni NDC one. APC. Who the can NDC ni MPP one. Not just say not necessarily woman leading no.
Yes.
Which is sure say BSC da.
Yes, ABC the say na make sure say from 20 years I say pagana for actually say ya bre ni running mates no. Ya bre nti o mma ye na Ghana for say ye mfa nchem because mma Dr. Liman ye beji tumi no say na make back and forth no. Uka say revolution ye bo asantefo pa bo Ghana for ni akanfo esikafo no
ho na bo
make revolution rollers the mashimba ha mu no what have you no nti obeba nti NDC ba nti na PV obe no mu na asantefo no di enimu GH owusu champion no mu no omu di enimu buzia no mu me refer mu di omu be sort ase nti na party ni Congress no nti Ghana for my favor after 40 years Liman no and omu di John Dramani Mahama Ebreye, the biggest political parties. Can we say Dombo ebe kan donko buzia Dombo? What you say? Kufuor eye buzia. President Nanado eye dankwa. And a Dombo no after 50 years ne Dr. Mahmoud ba eye. And nama election very critical no. And a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eye Broni tani.
Ono ye Broni tani. What do you mean by
that? Wa school pa enim die enim amamu enim economics enim
Mahama so school.
Meba Dr. Mahama so no almost style of leadership no different. And now share Dr. Libra Penyin we ono Russia we say Russia for me a mafia.
Mahama.
Dr. Mahama ono ye Russian train. What you say ono ye mafia onye economist. So to the meche na so no. Te say senior omo mafia o hwe NDC say wa mafia Agyapong.
Yeah.
So to say and now share Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nti o choose ni running mate no onim say ayadom na pepe ni yenya kwan a ya ba be dey ebedi MPP one of the biggest political party nti ma men choose ahimfie running mate na napo o choose running mate o de bo ba akoko numa mienu asai your friend say Alan party already nagu nti baby a who crowd na say omo invisible measures ni NDC nti omo na twe crowd na ema your friend say Alan it is say wa kwesere obi ata
me say we say Alan party na yede
me say
movement na yede
choosing the napo a ofra himfie a ye dehye no automatically egu Alan party no because MPP Asante mind the Asante for there and when it comes to Asante they don't compromise or take okoso adia F1 ho so a whole benefit na Alan edi to the sense ne wa osini tikwa pai ya mana ndi president ya mana wati no hono nti choosing napono in a critical moment no be free ahemfo no he ochiame otikokoso the most powerful chief in the history of this country ohene otikokoso nkwane ohina wakowo gaining independence for this country as a matter of fact onene the only ohene British never colonize ye no kra no omene ne call war personally me ka asante for so enye kwanso ne ye de National House of Chiefs e de call asante memu What you say?
Okay.
Ena enya kwanso ena yefre otumfo the king. People get confused. The sacrifices are asantemai aye ama Ghana ways. Even in governance, asante hini the support to crowd they ama both NDC and MPP in terms of getting certain things in this country. We can officially constitutional omo pelus kran certain asante hini di naide esimubi and sana wenya. But in moving forward, no, I think say Napo was a very strategic. Nse na mse Bruni tani no. Oninyansa no, onimse akonya no. The one ewo meka MPP no yepa I can afford ya asante na can afford ya. So say me choose this year. No day he thought ahead. Opompo onu kura 30%, Agyapong kura 30%, 60% asante na be dey. Ede beba. Ena ni nyansa ni ni bi yentu no. Also watch Agyapong ede. Abeno. So here our packaging we into ono no oye guy napo a guy ono so nyae no wo so wetima lobby omo fall apart with party no do my den overboard na minia mafia you know sesia no ono oma boafa ways obi anya sika obi anya hwe everything in his center omo run party ni behind him he's able to cut deals with our hoist now my page running mate to say a friend say Kafugano Panya ye the amount was a mason who babu media so so onya tumi no wamwa the horse brothers no
one ansem na okay
make John Dramani Mahama
okay
one a horse am participating in Nabamu one for man ka ho eno yi kosi a hoy as interior minister de demoting de no koye your friend say South Africa ambassador eno say you go lati buy into pamo obi a ofiri say oye threat to his being leading the NDC no. They also didn't help the pool, but that's how come we didn't even have a coalition center. What you say, Agyapong. So they coming back. The voice came with a deal. Either this our running mate. So what did they say?
I just say running mate with.
That is why you've not seen any stakeholder, any president aspirant in the NDC. Or company said to John Madam.
That's why we heard say John Mahama didn't actually like Jenna no Pokwajima as the running mate.
Yes, it was. They say ye peja man say chadi edition ni mu say John so be jima me we yes we interest stake ni ebe bo no mo peja ye panya no so mu o se masom because me pay me last but MPP you see what they did national security play role okay stakeholders in play role party obi say napo
okay. That's
yes.
right.
But in moving forward, no, as Ubisa sa question, no. Now, John Dramani Mahama was the sole, your friend is say, benefiter of all northerners in the whole 5-6 northern regions, no. Meka regions ni no, as the only northerner. So people sacrificed, a lot of them were following because Obi Kwanya Momo. He was the only dialing boy. Now there's a golden boy, which is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who has come. So what they mention as well. The entire main other smaller political parties now northerners DM no. Omo sebi
insignificant.
Nya main ka say it say kwatania wa posa your friend say eto maybe egugu forma Crawford said because so what they say. So that's why main ka omo say because atitia Dr. Liman party atitia pansama manoda so mina so enyumre so be who say sebi eni friend edi kodie ye kokun ni friend ni di enuma se na asem na aba ana meboa anti sa CPP ne wada win there kwatafo na aposa eto ma na gufo me bi se die so ene de ye nka ho ase ye ka de here so moving forward no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ena etime increase the NDs and the MPP votes over the northern region presidential and was increase of seats no and only opportunity no so no upa uyo opposition leader uye hwan upa uye hwan or probia even the NDC leadership say who said Nitu is he not the longest serving defense minister ntakwa na CC north nya we say bi ohobiom because ntakwa sia Nitu will fa ho say whether we MPP ni we CPP ni we NDC ni once you are stakeholder obefre Mrs Mabingo obefre ntafo mpepe for leadership ni na mumra and ntakwa esi wa ha no de obi atena play mu yenkono mu obi akweden akokasa that is how you lead. And to say such the national. So say see no doctor and that is they are doing that to show say whether we are NDC we are MPP ni so unia pepe ni edi enuma his Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia he's the president for all northerners irrespective of your party colors.
President.
Me say, yes, we say Chibayoda.
And to say,
yes, me support John Dramani Mahama. So then, I can also sit here and say I want to be president. His failure and success reflects to me. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's success and failure also reflect to my younger brothers sisters that are also MPP in the family house. We are the only tribe and race if you CPP near PNC near Meka near Nordness. So Obi Akona and yes Okono the other baba na here unlike other tribes they boast we Nordness let me put me on record say paper for idea running meeting we don't matter, they only put us there to cover a vacuum.
Oh sir,
yes paper na intina who say NDC or MPP almost for running meeting almost card bearing members ya do ba ya mom card bearing because ya mom your friend is saying cards no because they bring you other Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia almost call a friend say NDC so munya running mate because we were not looking at the vision, we were visionless.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia call
yes Nkoya Atamils running mate.
Oh really?
Yes and for some reason say papa na started ne papa pardon and ne papa no na started NDC no as ne papa no a council of state. What you say, but Kufuor in his own wisdom who said no, there's something in this young man of Fano, a grumuno, and I'm a boy, so now
he's an asset to
yes,
the MPP.
Yes, and now that he's giving NDC, he's giving us a run for our money. So right now that they are making him, your friend is saying, a presidential candidate, then you matter. That's what the running mate is always a vacuum. And he has built himself. And the first time in the history of this country, running mate, a certain running mate within the MPP, what building certain structures like the digitalization that we shouldn't take it for granted. Something is the future of Ghana. Our team tie all structures of the government, all institutions tied around your friend is saying digitalization. I say be NDC ni kura kwa mpana wakona or the boom say a betray and say nyafe na okobusa say atama udu atama me John Shehwano na wafa your friend say papa na oton awiesu no ufa ha say ma me hu sa bonsan bi so no wafa na chi 10 minutes no afa ni nyina eden create jobs both in make from Uber no money what have you uni nkrofo mo wie tech friends IT omutifie they are working in abroad omuye it has created employment at that sector. At the same time no sir national identification card no one is tied well to the chichiri with the digitalization now. That can be your social security number, your birth certificate number, your school identification number. It is social security now we can identify everybody. Yes, when those structures police chokra to musa ote ha wako prison da o ma no wa ha say your friend say if we can give phone numbers, if we can give car numbers automatically car no ko nyase den kra bubu ni e kra sa number no we can say, and that is the foundation that I think any political party should praise. And now what the back NDC side and so now we should learn to build on. There's nothing that reset.
Oh really?
No socialist we don't reset. You build on. You see, socialist, you take the governance to the doorstep of the people and build it and bring it up. Okay. Capitalists, they build it at the center level and then take it to the doorstep of the people. For instance, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia digitalization, and then Obiti Binduri, he will be happy say Opesoko University. He doesn't need to come to Accra. I will need to rent die. He doesn't need to come Accra say accommodation. I'm a friend say transportation back and forth. Obeti Matina Binduri netidemo honomo and hook up to a database. Digitalization lectures in radio it will be recorded. Ubetimako log in anytime I at a university. At the same time, you don't need to pay your friend say accommodation and transportation. Ubetima bibia will be uko can and now
for hostel.
Yes, you don't need to do all that. Such a damage national. Until under NDC in the council hostel it was free. Yani fees in the hostel fees in Evertoso. So nipa ne upbuild such a thing. That is what we call such a damage. Okay, so and I was expecting John Dramani Mahama to say, I mean, in this, I mean, really, me say as a socialist, you have a man crow for 500 or more than yen kokon keting. Why sika? That is not how we build a nation. Nkoko no krano, nkoko buono, uko fano wahi, na nkoko na how many na o mame. The industry itself at this moment is suffering. How much more 500 timito akoko. 500 timito nkoko enye nkoko. It's a lost priority. But create an environment obi abe to say a socialist should not say me ba memma enkrofo obi aboa de about 1.5 million am scholarship free. You are going to pay their first school fees in the university no. First year admission fee no asero no. Nti akwa say you've hung me on a tree to hang on. It's just a matter of time. It's not a social, it's not an intervention program. Now me kona me my second year. Say na me sa kwatena binduri. Ana me boa. So
nyame be after first year no.
Look, there is nothing like nyame. That's why you see most of the university students, if you go Uko circle, most of them are doing side chicks. Most of them are sorry I say they hustle, which is very bad. So that is not the foundation of a country.
Ntino upesa chese sa promise na misplaced.
No, it's misplaced. It's not a social, it's a misplaced priority. Okay. At the same time, mu pese mo be yesi e ba be build it. Mama Rebecca a build children's center why ni me na me boa. Why you me confirm no chini G ni what have you no. So who build the state act of insurance children's treatment center. Chiche mu socialist so the $100 million basic particular edifice. You can use what makes a hospital. The equipment, the gadgets, and women man make a hospital. So you can build a container structure and put gadgets in Bunkuru Yoyo to be an hospital and bring those equipments now. What they buy, Accra Hasino, would be Asha Honum. Ebiasa may catch us say we are forced to buy more because of stigmatization. You to me show or more your supporter would make for me. What have you know? Right. So I'm saying you take those edifices. That is how socialists operate. So the mention. So if you compare the NDC, MPP is doing more social intervention programs than the NDC
now also a social,
which is more social. And then the manifesto say, "Usha Don Dramani Mahama the manifesto no, any Dr. Mahmoud manifesto na." Na me so sad. Minjin say a socialist. Album Bagbo no money.
Difference is ben a woman.
The difference between John Dramani Mahama socialist, I mean, as an experienced defeated former sitting president, as an experience that has run a crew way before. No, your manifesto should be something that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, you can't judge. For instance, my more example, when John Dramani Mahama was a president, the vice president, the vice president was so weak, couldn't run this country. Just Okotena, Baba Kamara, special security advisor, Nenaso, and Tano Wutimi are running on my way. Because sometimes, not only John Dramani cry running mate, or vice president, the convoy to me could do Kintampo, now will be from the president officer, Frese, convoy in the Dawson, cast living Sambra. John Dramani Mahama couldn't even operate when the president had traveled because of weakness. Just to prove you say some special aid around some president is even powerful than a running mate. I'm trying to justify why anybody who thinks Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia should do certain things and then he is not a president. He can be fired by the president. What I say, and he's the only person that has looked through. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the only sitting vice president. Waka says me president. Mayor way different. Mayor way that is braveness. All running mates have always praised blindly of their bosses, and that is where he earned my respect. Who spoke as a man, said me by may ABCD. And two, just to also show you say, as a running mate, at the point he wanted to resign, right? So why should people, when people are calling for equity, they should come with clean hands. Our constitution doesn't give running mates such a, but make them a president. Then you can judge. Once you make them a president, then you can judge them based on their performance. Okay. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has never been a president. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is yet to be. If you don't test Atubiga, how do you equalize me with John Dramani Mahama? If you don't test Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, how do you equalize me with Dr. John Dramani Mahama? What sort of the So anybody, I mean, I was surprised that some inexperienced journalists at Meet the Press.
Dr. Bawumia
were asking questions that knowing very well that the man is not the president. A vice president takes instruction from the president. As a matter of fact, that is why in his own wisdom, our sitting able president, President Nanado, in which his own wisdom, has openly told Ghanaians, so what does he want to do? Do you want to see a man Kweku Bunsam coming to say, I'm coming to be the Pentecost pastor to preach to people today, where you accept the reality, say he is a Dusuni.
Yeah, because the accusation they say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia okan aban no ho no.
Yes.
Nia enyema e wa aban no mu eye no.
Yes.
O de no ho efore ho.
Yes.
But nia enye ne de o se enye ono.
Yes.
That's why I wanted you to talk about sa ensem no mo ka se edisi for ka se o se obeye sei obeye o mampani a adentina wonye sa nyema no whilst is the vice president.
Oh. Now,
so what is that question?
Yeah, I mean, if an NDC journalist asks a question, a mischievous questions.
Oh, the man so NDC journalist. You share the question now will be side.
A seasoned journalist, a journalist that knows. If you go to political terrain, it means you know about politics. She know that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not the commander in chief. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia doesn't take, even as a matter of fact, when they even go to sit in cabinet and they take the sheets, he is, I can say, the ministers at their own sectors are more powerful in digesting issues, tabling issues to the president than he, even the vice president. And when they, look, do you know who a minister is? A minister, the president has given, president has given you part of his authority to go and do what? And go and interpret it out there and deliver good governance and deliver the manifesto. Not gonna for when told. As a president or Hokrana, vice president don't even matter as a president or her unless Osmano you become an errand boy for the president with a big respect. Are you getting me? But there are some mates. Mates are mate at Okulita. Mate are mate to Okulita. Wouldn't we see best bass? Mobile catch and massa. Sir,
my main fa me friend I hear for so me mom coin now mon friend 1 or 2 or 3 calls be more send me message say me be phone lines in mom now. Or over to me a friend 0240550899 0240550899 ufre a udin any baby a ufre fi no abonu tew e de amaye yo e beda se koso
obi wo no mu a obi a otwi yemfa so obi a oye a assistant pilot.
Okay, ma'am. Pilot, hold on the pilot. Ma'am, far offer for Dikan. Hello.
Hello.
Bacha Udini baby offer.
Ademidi Shaibu.
Shaibu.
Yeah.
Bacha offer fee.
Because I free Nima.
Bacha Kasawai Shaibu.
Bacha. Ibrani wakasa papa. Amna. Attorney Senator Mama Omuno. Senator Mama Nuna vice president. I let you know Pam we a friend say Ukwa I let you know Pam we a friend say Yep we know former chairman. I let you know Pam after Attorney so academy and son of Pam. I see obey free education. I don't know yet. I said, Benjamin Baby, I don't know yet. Son of president. Into Nima Jem Pacho, Nima, a saying vote Mazak. That can I say, sir, Nina running meet. We candidate, a saying vote Manu. That after next 8 years, then you need Japan, inshallah, obey next president of Ghana. After
you,
doctor.
That's Shaibu, from Nima, Eda, Yate, Ninkano. Now, Kasam Pacho Kosumam.
A co-pilot.
Pacho pilot, who they hold on pilot, and I'm far for. Yeah, hello, Udini, baby, Afrifi.
Within the Joshua Akwiti.
Okay, Brad Joshua, Pacho Frifi.
Pacho, Mimi Denny say, na say, Mahama baya osa omunsi osa bambi no ebe muso kese pa de amoma no
sa
ebe muso kese pa bro e yade a abokosema ebi nsida there is no way we able to see what man we muso
say o
about me be wini.
Oh, okay. Sana o wadwe ye o.
Even in the spiritual way, no so stand it here.
Okay. Okay, na physical way no so say on John Mahama Ghana man benin dada na obo pro or promise wa open nkukọ obe ma wa ope se otum pan no obe ma flower no ne ade se nyina ye message o.
Yes, 90 unshare sa nyemon ade a onim se onagasa nim se enya ade obetimi aye. Ena enya ade sa ade no betimi ato Ghana for asun. It's not logical. And person.
Okay. Yo Joshua meda se papa nyame sha say John Mahama message no enya ade a eto asum nti no mame fa ofre for to so miensa. Hello. Yes, I'll patch odi ni baby ofre fi. Hello. Yes, sir, baby odi any baby ofre fi.
But I feel very ashamed.
Mpacho kasama me why?
Papa ya wakasa pendo wakasa pa na mama no ko bibi ya ko ende dara nya se na Ghana for apa na fi wor me nya se na se Ghana wa se baby ba bi pa ada mo ma Ghana. Ita ya laji Mahmoud ba o mi ana abano afi obi ni.
Yo rasi kojo efi assignment mse hello. Yeah, udi any baby of free.
But you free me Agyapong.
Agyapong pacho free.
We can free. Awoshi.
Pacho kasama me Agyapong.
Asema what say. Apa say DC Mahama. Enya dia obewi ni wo Ghana ha bio. O yiri Ghana ha bio. MPP and they could see MPP me ko no ade to ma no and so di hu a won wo emaye o man Ghana no e no ye follow e wo bedi MPP obedi assembly man abedi vice abedi president what when you hwe am o man no a na wo san babi wa na se rezen yen hwe no kura yen sa yen mre kura won ho kura bio onya konwa bia di wo Ghana ha bio Kencity Media
yo eja kwabna nani abre papa campaign and ebema o party ebedi enkunim ntino untumi nka se onni biom na wakote ada ese wo ye adwuma. Hello. Yes sir, but odi ni baby ofrefi
Kumasi efremi Alaji.
Yo Alaji Kumasi mpacho kasa.
Efremi Alaji mikase free Kumasi.
Mpacho kasa mami Alaji. Alaji mpacho kasa mami.
Mpacho.
Yes sir.
Nti mpacho sedi omai esi kono papa na obetina ha woka asem. Misi sedi omai esi kono. Ha? Alaji kasa. Alaji kasa. Hello. Yeah, offer Pacho kasa udini baby afrefi.
Mohammed Shafiu from Ewutu Senior East.
Mohammed Mpacho kasa mami.
Okay, first of all, me chia your brother Penny Mr. Stephen Atubiga. And the Juma Bia Obo. Now, we share question beyond the two honor. So question to question. Send this for Musa say, Dr. Mahmoud Baumi Eshabo and me. Not an onion is as a vice president. The question is supposed to go to them. Say, now tomorrow my share boy. How did I move Busan says, I know my time or your president, I don't want
good.
What is so these kind of encounter questions when this force should know say Ghana we have moved away from this. Now we know as a communicators, you know, in the Ewutu Senior here to Masi. The reason is say about the 2024 really. Most of these 80 years, 90 years, on got up. Omo who your mama mambo. Omo who your mama mambo. Say now your mama lead Ghana say. So I'm not take his advantage and say, Mumayenka Ghana yedi. And this youth for no, come your mama your president. No, was 7 years or 8 years. So he was depending on his father. So Nim say Ghana, we go into some challenges. Yena Juma say like a welders, tailors, fashion say zongo communities, you know. They do some time in the tailor for no, any fashion designers in this car. Jama me be good stage man. Because minister no buy no. Who dey juma come obi a. Or see, there any lights. Any lights. Fasting time no. And na me juma ni nyina be good here. So then we turn into already made. Obi ko to free Nigeria ba na wato. Sa na juma ni do good and enti jama man na oba no. He have a target to say new upcomings. They don't know him. Enti no ma yiro mo mo campaign no. Enti me da ma se ya me sa che ma me wona bo be bisa akomisi. Ejuma dia obo e ma kaswa. Week today or commission the beautiful police headquarters Edima Ghana abai e wa kaswa se ye ba si.
Yo. Ya be say yen sabe kan honorable our ni na twetwe nkomo. Mohammed wakasa pa ye da se papa e wutu senya east. Mamemfa ofrefo a toso. Hello. 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 Yeah, mpacho odini be be ofrefi.
Efrefi temanuta.
Mpacho e say.
Hello.
Yeah, mpacho odin e de say.
Medicine.
Who's who de say?
Asian,
Mr. Asian, mpacho kasa mame why? Asian mpacho kasa meton kasa.
Babu bitelem nipisare. Wewe kucha. MSC.
Yeah.
Wewe kucha.
Asian, one coach, ya tonka to offer now akasa. Hello, my man for photos. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I would need to be free.
That's all make us free tema. A friend a day.
Okasa free tema.
Yeah, that's right.
Mpacho yokasa, Mr. J.
The patrol, as some kakra, mechanic, and we start with my power.
That's it.
Ghana for Elsa Donama Yena, or you hear power, but we are Ghana, I was saying, because the mama we are, ye didn't know that, or no one was say about you. Will be about that year could happen. Ghana, how you saw him, you will be a would be the outside in here, you saw him you once, I don't know the people will be signing you. At the end of my done of that stuff, as I'm a country, we are a quack tablet. When you be top of dear, my rebuke that compensation as a better. I met something in the room and Mahama. Now, obeying the teacher compensation in the Piazza. God don't remember Mahama, do the Tia and Wyatt. Some more Ghana, you just move 4 years, Mahama, 4 years. Went to me on the yesterday, and DC, former deputy education minister, the Catholic, their mama talk with the mom talk with her. Yes, I'm Kofulia. Let the mama Kagana generator prove it to be a generator. And then and Colombo Bomunima be a generator. Ghana and Kofu school or marry free education. And yes, you read DHS, or those who study a drop, or those who study a kind. What do they control this time so take it cost of tea? What you say? And to be a Panama, they are Kuruma, only be top of the Ghana for moment, you know. You have got Trabama Dr. Bamia, and in the pool. No, must have the Panama Danko for the Numa pass. Boy, and so now, boy, marry. My NDC, or more year in Aban, or could not do the 2038. Seven and that is so many. NDC, the old man, a done over the Mama, yes, and then you know, and Kamama NDC. Over some poor, normal market, NDC about our mama, that's an incoming equality.
Ora Ajay Yabedasi, Mame fa ofrefo otwato na misambra megeso. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Pacho Udini baby Afrifi.
Pacho mekasa Africa so.
Ya fa say Pacho.
From Agyapia.
Agyapia Pacho kasa. Agyapia Pacho meton kasa.
Pacho.
Yes sir.
And me news be a N.L.C dunketia a press conference. Pacho timinka.
Pacho meton kasa.
Fine. It is a press conference no no say
yeah, was it register no I bloated and was say ye kwahwehwem wo yisi enti ho no me ka se emre bi atwam MPP for the ba say sa register no enke yenko ni yenko hwehwem that time na ye voter region one na mfans MPP for the call ye
yeah
MNDC for that time no me na wo cancer ban
yeah
o ma nyantum enne due ya in fact mbeti asem no me wi aho ama Ghana enti papa no ye sure say man wo Ghana ni woni papa ya obepe akonya say di biemu yi eye former president
so Ghana ka
ni hwe bibi ye woni hwe bibi ye pa na sanko fo mu bi pa bia ma Ghana
yo
me de ade mo de ba nyina no ho nko ani hiame
okay yo eja pia ye be da se also otumi ekire wadwene aha na me de eye phone no ebesi nyame hyamo a motumi efre nyina mo a mo so mo ntumi nyame ya doma eye ukuada ye be hwe akra otie eye callers no mo dodo na na we adwene
yes say obi nti na e co-pilot no
co-pilot de o so nyamu da
and co-pilot no is he's only needed up in the sky in case of an emergency. Once plane AC for more, the co-pilot he's useless, he's not needed. So Ceciano, it has come to a point to say NOB and the style of leadership. Ushe President Jerry John Rawlings, the style of governance will Krum han a different. Ushe Atamils, the style of governance a different. Ushe President Anado, the style of governance a different. Ushe President Kufo, his style of governance a different. So why do we think say me nye MPP what you say? But I'll be craving to see another brother like John Dramani Mahama also leading this country because we have failed. As I said here, I'm a sympathizer of the NDC because Jimmy card.
You like,
I would love to see another northern brother, also leading this country to bring something on board. Because Oshana Liman Fele when Timi Ang the first term cry. Ebedu John Dramani Mahama also a failure in the sense that when Timi Ang hold on to power, so democratical coup, you know, they can NDC for. Now, if we don't get it right this time around, running made crabede. But me, I'm a sympathizer of the NDC and me card bearing member. I will not support any Northerner to lead the NDC again.
If what happens?
If after this election, whether it goes, he wins or not, I will not. I don't think say a Northerner is fit at this moment to lead the NDC in America. The NDC as a party. No Northerner at this moment. He didn't groom us. He made them to run all Northerners down. At this moment, there is no any credible Northerner in the NDC as we speak.
Are you sure?
I am telling you. They've run, your friends. Harun Edriso. They've run them that you have uprooted on to say Bancha.
Mutaka.
Yeah. Mutaka represented the Zongo community. Haruna represented all the northern regions.
Only economics.
And thirdly, that is why he has become, John Dramani Mahama has become irrelevant in the inner circle of the party now. He's only attractive to the small boys who didn't come to his style of leader. He didn't pull the cadres, he didn't pull the foot soldiers, he didn't pull the grassroots around. Because he himself, he was the Ghana Heritage Party. John Dramani Mahama is not a cadre, he's not a foot soldier. He was discovered by J.H. Owusu Agyapong. And then by that time, we say 92, MPP boycotted elections, parliament. It affected Rawlings seriously in governing this country, in getting loans, in international relationship. So, who said that time, Putogum, Shiogum, all the MPs came as NDC. MPs ni bikra, meka 92 no. Ebi kra so omo ko abrucha koye, ebi enkoje passport. They went to airport with their passports. That is how bad. So they had to handpick certain people to make the party attractive. That is where J.H. Owusu Agyapong brought John Dramani Mahama in, handed him to Baba Kamara and a friend is saying former secretary. Who do you hear? Omo Najino and almost sponsor. You know the sponsors and on MP. Then to be Kwachi made him a deputy minister. But remember, say the time of ne papa and Rolling Stone and ne papa called exile.
Mama, Papa.
Yes, that is why they had problems, and the leadership, Rawlings wasn't well taken care of until President Nana came and took care of. I'm telling you, that is exactly what happened.
But it's surprising because your mama Bresono now almost share Rawlings.
Yes. Yes. I forgot the names. Umukoji loan.
Wow.
And before the Janta, Umukoji loan. Israel, Italy. I forgot. Krobodusemo. Umukoji $1 million with other people. Lebanese be. Ukoport honomuna. Onesi silos for Ntiku ne ba no. Yes, almost almost sesika no. Janta ne ba there be almost sesika ARFC inquire almost almost compensate. No Musa Rawlings and Rawlings say no ni mo hwe. Uni say I think within 6 weeks or 2 June to something na cool no ba. Into Rawlings ba ya or chi almost say mo amukoji sesika sa 1 million loan no kotoka no. That is how his father felt that they don't watch others no. On can but he ran away. He ran to Ivory Coast, from there no call Nigeria. So that is how Abusiana Anfa and Rawlings that. So I say, you don't see, so they are fading, they are trying to fade Rawlings' legacy.
Yeah.
And they'll say it won't work. Moment of national activity, or some moment of silence of the founder.
Exactly.
Or say once in our party structure, no more naso kwa Echo Gusa and answer because Papa no Gusa or Bompaye, Muko national friend, Muko launching national campaign, Muko Mambo Rawlings as a party free. We are by. Imagine Sanka Jerry John Dramani Mama Jina Hono. Na Allah be Muslim Sylvester Mensa spear Munina be Jina Nechino Kasa. Wouldn't have signal unity.
Yeah.
And this Mamma Sobe Casano. Mamma forced the man as power broker deal no. Onusko Jina Ho. Yes, she's very intelligent, very beautiful, but she's not cut as a politician. Sobe Casa as or introduce Akobam. And answer or introduce the relevance of kiss condom and answer rough rider to people say stop it pregnancy and for no radio munim. That is how it sounded. Look, being a technocrat and being imagine say the oninapo ma meaning napo ababe jina ho say omun debate here.
So bro for some man
and your bro politics, your political talk and your lecturing and your friend is say a friend is reading the Bible, speaking in church. Preaching. She doesn't cut it. Sometimes a dress and cry. I say, look, once she's a running mate, represent. Sometimes her dressing and everything doesn't represent her age. They need grooming. Now you see, don't do 3 years. Say na bad there. Say akwa. So they mention. So don't do nanka. So pay mu nanka sano. For instance.
Remember na be ma 1 minute na far wrap up now.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Mimi Free say this election the prerogative of every northerner, the prerogative of every Muslim. And let me tell you how useless the NDC have made the Nasara today. I was saying Kamufa Kremoni in Christo. That has been the norm. Nasara no.
One friend Zongo
Kokos no.
Yes.
And then so many Christo for no. Have you heard the Christianity, I mean the Muslim fraternity in the NDC being relevant? Which is Mikasa. Because they don't mind them. And the cadres need a friend is saying, party, no. They put them at the back door. What I say? Look at how Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is campaigning. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is campaigning like an opposition leader who is not even in government who wants power. Look at his style of leader. Yes, members of parliament have called me Atubiga the minority. Do want to say they can't even get access to their leader. Yes, and the NDC leadership have been so weak. Say, I was saying, Komoma candidate to know party headquarters at least twice in a week. Get to know what is happening. Namuya sana mo wenia. Look at the man to confirm more chusu as Semu your friend is saying. Leaders and election machinery. Now we Bawumia bituma mutikwa pamisi yewiemu. I get what I'm trying to come. You have to pick the right people. It's not a match. Your running mate is not a match, Napo. You have an economist, to say a seasoned economist like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Omuko debate now. The economic jargon said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It will be suffocating the NDC, our candidate, in such a way. Say he will be using experience, or you say experience to breathe. So I get where I'm coming from. Yeah. So you should choose a running mate that can balance the equation, which Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia smartly chose that kind of. And honestly, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been able to convince me at Atubiga.
Okay.
In terms of if I had the opportunity, I would love to see his governance.
Okay.
If I'm not an MPP person, I'm a socialist. What you say?
You don't need
the
to be
NLC.
an MPP person.
Thank you. So that is why. And then you reading news. For hini. Ewo. Friends asantememu. Edi no kai. Osi misremo. Mama ma Christopher no kwa enchusu be Dr. Bawumia emfa maye. You know as I'm kase me cannot know. Osi me ma a Christopher no kwa enchusu Dr. Bawumia enye den emfa maye. It means he made a caveat say oma yo ma dwen ewa asantememu. And whether we like it or not, the Muslim religion, the Northern Territory background, the elites me ka mo ma cause technocrat no ebe different direction.
Okay.
Omo so a omunni enimunya me ka se bi omunni eni daso bia eni also be looking at say and aso and also no 50 years so and a dombo edin paper for ntafo ni bi ebedi NDC achi.
Okay.
Obi ase ba beto omo so no omo so fu say dey omo mreni say ball no be kokona de enko den
enko true enko
nkebe kokona nkenko he
ebeko go de enko kona
there be say enkrofo ebi so de no no ebe kokona de nkenhye
enko go
na who say mo bola footballer we ono ankasa timi shego ma ono ankasa
exactly
but in
go
yeah but the truth no cry wo honey I think say Atubiga deserve to lead this country Bawumia deserve to lead this country Yebra Penyini he has had his turn.
Okay.
So are you getting yes, because Kamia Debia Leka said John Dramani Mama face the shoes of Jerry John Rollins and ka onye stakeholder and ka onye opinion leader onye kingmaker no nkura party no na nkan sem hu na esi wo party no yemu bia etia na kwa eden we sisi
me gidi say wo futu nyina John Dramani Mahama oni NDC for womu etie na omatie no asopem no
MPP for mumwa mo communicators mumwa host for mumwa food soldiers mumwa
na embre ebema yede enadwumedie no asina aye me guest Stephen Atubiga oye leader and founder at the N.L.C, the National Liberation Congress.
Yes.
Na yete ni nkano yebeda se honorable say otumi eni ebedi nkomo. Penifo eboa me lawyer Charles Amudate ene Robert Bafo Fin ene Kwesi Nisin Justice Afo George Sarkodie Focus Kobe Scratch ene ima penifo ene bo mechidom wa ohwe yen so yedase papa banya misha ye wukwada ebe ye de ohene kese ohene mapa ene beba abekan galam se eho ensem enuti nyame adoma Wednesday ebihia makram